in today's session of Divorce Court. When Rhonda married Drill Sergeant Patrick, she never dreamed he'd treat her like one of his military recruits. But after 6 years, she says that being with Patrick has been more like boot camp than a marriage.
He would not even hug me, he would not even kiss me or nothing because he was in uniform.
We are Marines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh, come off of it, Mr. Reddick. Now, I've dated men in the military, and you're going to tell me that because you're in uniform, you can't hug and kiss your wife? We're not that archaic.
And now she says she's tired of living under his command.
He made a comment in the beginning of our marriage, if you ever get fat, I'm leaving you.
I am me, and I can't be anybody but me.
Today, Rhonda and Patrick Reddick have come to end their marriage in divorce court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Maybelline Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Patrick Reddick versus Rhonda Reddick. I understand that the two of you have been married for 6 years, and you now decided to end this marriage. Why are you ending the marriage?
Ma'am, I want to end this marriage because my husband tried to control me like he controlled his Marines.
That's not the truth, Your Honor.
Yes,
Oh,
it
he's
is.
in
The
the
marriage is
Marines.
in it because
Yes,
she had
he
a
is,
difference.
Your Honor.
We have a difference of opinion. She decided the marriage was going to be something that she could fly by night, be frivolous.
No, you're
Hold on,
supposed to
Mr.
love me
Reddick.
for the person that I am and not the clothes that I wear and the music I listen to and the friends that I keep.
Mrs. Reddick, we may as well set some ground rules straight because I see I'm dealing with a Marine. You're a Marine?
Yes, ma'am.
You a Marine too?
Yes, ma'am.
You both used to being in control, but you also both know rules, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
One talk at a time. Only rule I have. Finish, Ms. Reddick.
As I was saying, Your Honor, before I was so rudely interrupted, he controlled the clothes that I wore. He threw clothes of mine away. He made me sell
not
CDs.
true, Your Honor. The only clothes that I threw away are hers.
You didn't learn the rule.
This is 6 years, Your Honor.
You said the only clothes that you threw away, so you did throw away some clothes?
There were maternity underwear, Your Honor, that had holes in them.
But if they were hers, whether she was no longer pregnant and whether they had holes in them or not, why you think you had the right to throw them away?
They were no longer needed, Your Honor.
And what else does he control?
He controls the friends that I hang out with. I have a friend that he really doesn't like, and he threatened to have her charged because she was
She cursed at me, Your Honor. That's why I was going to charge her. She cursed at me in front of my children.
She's the type of person
and I'm sorry,
to tell
if you're going
him
to
how
cuss at
she
me in front of my
feels.
children, you deserve to be written up. I'm a staff non-commissioned
It
officer in
doesn't
the
matter.
United
That's
States
your
Marine
personal
Corps.
life. The
She is
Marine
a
Corps
Lance
and
Corporal.
your personal life are two
We are
totally
Marines
different
24
things.
hours a day, 7 days a
No,
week.
no,
She is a
I'm
Lance
sorry,
Corporal.
no.
She doesn't talk to me like she's lost her mind.
Your Honor, can I tell you why she yelled and cussed at him?
She yelled and
because
cussed
let
at
me
me
talk. Let
for
me
whatever
talk.
reason. She
anyway,
yelled. She
Your
had no
Honor,
reason to yell and
Your
cuss
Honor,
at me.
The
It
reason
had nothing
why
to
is
do with her.
because my car broke
Absolutely
down.
Let her finish and
My
tell me.
car was breaking down, and he had a brand new Explorer. I had 2 kids in my car. It was breaking down, and he did not want to give me the Explorer to take my kids where they needed to go. He left me with a raggedy, broke-down car, didn't give me a dime to help me get it fixed or nothing.
Did the Marine
That's
teach you to
why.
do that too?
No.
No, Your Honor.
I thought the Marine taught you to provide for your wife.
I do provide
But
for
he's
my, at the
not.
time,
I'm not
wife.
his responsibility anymore, so he's not
She
responsible
wasn't.
for providing
When
for
she
me
told me
anymore.
when I was away at a CAX, a combined arms exercise, that she wanted a divorce, she no longer became my responsibility. She
I'm
ended
still
that.
your responsibility. The divorce
She
is not
ended
final.
that.
When
I
she
didn't tell
told
her.
you that she wanted a divorce.
She no longer was my
But
responsibility.
the divorce hasn't been granted yet, so she still
Exactly.
remains your
Thank you.
responsibility.
But she's not my
Yes,
responsibility.
I'm
Your
still
Honor.
your
the 2
responsibility.
Kids, once she
They
told
are
you.
my responsibility.
Okay, now
And those children will always be
So
provided
I'm
for, and
supposed
they
to
will
carry my
never go
kids
without.
on my back, right?
They will never go without.
But she said that her car was raggedy,
It was.
and she had the 2 kids.
A car
But
that
she asked
he
for the
bought while I
divorce.
was gone.
Let me talk. The car was raggedy. You have 2 kids. She needed to get the kids somewhere. Your car was better. She had asked for a divorce. What about the children? Did they have a right to get somewhere safely?
They would have.
He didn't think about that, Your
They
Honor.
would have.
Was he a Marine when you married him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why did you join the Marines?
It was just something that I wanted to do, and actually, to tell you the truth, I did it pretty much to get away from him to where I can depend on myself and have something for myself instead of having to depend on a man.
How did you get away from him if you joined the Marine?
It gave me a stable income, and it gave me like a way for me and my kids to where I don't have to depend on his income and everything of his to live. I can depend on my own. The Marine Corps is going to provide for me and my children.
So you joined the Marines so you could have a steady job and a career.
Yes, Your Honor.
But do you like being on duty 24 hours, 7 days a week, and having?
I don't bring the Marine Corps home. He brings the Marine Corps home. He
the Marine Corps
always
stayed at work.
No,
and when I was home,
not.
I was a husband.
No, it did not.
She threw the Marine Corps into it. She threw my rank into it.
No.
I never brought the Marine Corps home, and I never tried to pull rank at home.
Yes, he did.
So
That's
at
not
home,
me.
she didn't have to salute you, and she could curse you if she wanted to.
No,
If she was my wife, she could say whatever she wanted to me.
No.
Except she couldn't wear what she wanted to wear.
Exactly. And I
She
couldn't
couldn't wear
listen to what I
tight-fitting
wanted to
clothes.
listen to.
Is that skirt tight or loose? How do you call that one?
Loose.
Who selected that one? You?
She did.
I bought it when I was fat, so-called. Your Honor, I was a surrogate mother, and I gained a lot of weight during
You were
my
a
pregnancy.
surrogate mother?
Yes, Your Honor.
For him?
No,
No.
for my mother. I
For
had
her
a baby
mother.
for my mother. And
He allowed that?
yes, he
Yes.
did.
So
Because
he's
we
not
got
too
money.
controlling?
No, I'm.
We
but
got
I'm
money for it,
controlling.
Your Honor.
I'm controlling still. I'm still controlling. Money
Anyway,
is not everything.
after I had the baby,
Wait
I
a
was
minute, so
chunky.
you were a surrogate mother for your mother?
Yes, Your
Oh,
Honor.
that's quite interesting. And your husband allowed you to do that?
Yes, because we got paid.
Your mother
and I believe
paid
that's
you?
the only reason why he allowed me to do it.
How much did you get paid?
$13,000.
Oh, is that why you allowed her
No.
to use
No.
her body to carry someone else's child?
And then
No,
after
Your
I
Honor.
had
She
the
came
baby,
to
he
me-
was unsatisfied
She
with my
came
body.
to me and she said, "I want to have the child from my mother." I said, "Okay."
Well,
Very
how much
well.
are we getting paid?
That was a concern of mine, yes, but that wasn't
Why
the
should,
only
if that's
driving
your
factor.
mom, why should he even worry about how much we're getting
She
paid?
knew her mother was going to pay someone else, so she said, "Okay, I'll have
No,
it for you."
I did it because
understood
that was
she
the right
did it out
thing
of
for
love.
me to do.
I
So
understand
then
she did
after
it.
she had the baby, she gained weight.
Yes, she did.
I
But I
gained
never
weight.
called her fat.
Yes, he did call me fat.
I never called her fat.
Why
She
are
looked
you
at a
over there
picture.
lying?
She looked at a picture afterwards and
Yes,
said,
I
"My
did.
God, I was
I did.
fat."
Yes, I did, but I did not
She
need to be
said
told
it.
by my husband that I was fat.
It hurt your feelings.
Yes, and
For
that's
him to
something
say
that
it.
stays with me forever.
He's supposed to say it in a more sensitive
No,
manner.
he shouldn't say. He should be satisfied. He should be happy with who I am.
Well, did he say that he didn't like you because you were fat, or was he just simply stating that, gee, you're fat?
No, he complained about it.
Oh, okay, there's a difference then. He complained about the fact that you were fat. That's what you're telling me.
I never
Your Honor.
complained.
So what
Yes,
did he
he
say?
did.
He
just
said he
called-
didn't like you as much?
He didn't say he didn't like me as much. He was just say, "You're fat. You need to lose weight. You need to go work out." How can I work out if I have a 3-year-old child, 2-3-year-old child sitting at home? How can I work out? He's gone from 6 o'clock in the morning till doggone 9, 10 o'clock at night.
So did it affect his relationship with you because
Yes.
you had gained the weight?
How?
I don't think it affected his relationship, but it affected mine because I didn't feel like he liked me physically.
Did he ever say he didn't like you because you were fat?
He never said he
No.
didn't like me as a person. But
Did he start
talked
to
about
treat you
my physical
differently?
appearance.
Did he start to treat you differently?
I believe he did, Your
I
Honor.
didn't. I never told her that she was fat.
Yes, he
What
did.
did you tell him,
Yes,
Mr.
he
I
did.
said that
Mr.
she
Reddick?
had gained weight.
No, he said I
made
was
a
fat.
comment. Why don't you work out? She got a step aerobic tape. How long did she do it for?
It
a week
doesn't
and a
matter.
half.
It
And
doesn't
why did-
matter.
and what again if she decided, I don't want to work out? I
That's
want
fine.
to
What if
I
I
would have
wanted
still
to
stayed
stay
with
fat?
her. I would have still stayed
No,
with her,
Your Honor. He made a comment in
would've
the beginning
still
of our
stayed
marriage.
with
If
her.
you ever get fat, I'm leaving you.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yes, he did.
Did I leave her?
It doesn't
When
matter
she
for him to
gained
call
weight.
me fat. That's something that ran
So
through my
why
mind.
did she marry me? Why did she marry me
I
if
married
I
you
made
because
that
I love
comment?
But you said
You didn't
it.
say it before we got married. You said it after we got married.
Okay, if
Did
you
you
ever get
tell her
fat,
that if you ever get fat, I'm leaving you?
I probably said
Yes,
that.
he
Your Honor.
did. Yes, he did.
And I was just trying to encourage her. Maybe I did it the wrong way, obviously, but
Will you kind of admit that maybe you did it the wrong way?
maybe, Your Honor, maybe.
You did. It ain't no
But
maybe about it.
The
So
encouragement
now
was
that
still there.
if you forgive him for that,
No,
No.
and he says, I did it the wrong way, can you forgive him for that?
No.
I can forgive him for it, but I'm never going to forget it.
When divorce court returns, Patrick says Rhonda is the one to blame for the end of their marriage.
I sought from somebody else what I was not getting at home.
So you had an affair?
Yes, I did.
If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. Divorce Court is back in the case of Reddick versus Reddick, in which Rhonda admits she had an affair, but says Patrick drove her to it because he wouldn't hug or kiss her.
What else was wrong with this marriage?
After the issues with the fatness came, with me being insecure about myself and insecure about my marriage, I went out and I sought from somebody else what I was not getting at home.
Sought it elsewhere.
So you had an affair?
Yes, I did.
Which is not right.
Which is not right, Your Honor, which is not right.
Okay, that's not right. There's no, you can't elaborate on that because it's not right, period. Period. How can she go ahead and try to explain herself when it's just not right? Regardless of what she did. Did I go out and do it?
He forgave me.
Did I go out and do it?
Worse. He accused me every day.
Did I go out and do it?
With somebody else.
Hold on.
6 months in Okinawa, Your Honor. 6 months.
And you came back and didn't even want to touch me.
6 months.
Did not even want to touch me because you were in uniform.
Did I do anything?
No.
You were in uniform. I don't know that, but
because
anyway,
we were
Your Honor,
supposed
when
to
he
be
came back, he would not even hug me. He would not even kiss me or nothing. Because
I was in uniform. Because I was in uniform.
He hasn't seen me for 6 months.
Excuse me. The military is that vicious
no,
that it destroys
everybody else
families
was
like
kissing
that?
their
No,
wives
the
and
military
hugging
is
their wives,
not
and
that
he did
vicious.
not want to touch me.
But we have
Why?
rules and regulations
Why
governing.
couldn't he hug you and curse?
Because he was Patrick. That's
I was
why.
in uniform.
Everybody else was in uniform.
And if I go ahead and I do
Come
whatever.
off of it, Mr. Reddick. Now, I had brothers in the military, and I've dated men in the military, and I see military men. And you're going to tell me that because you're in uniform, you can't hug and kiss your wife? We're not that archaic.
He takes it too far. He takes it too far.
But if I'm in uniform, how can I go ahead and tell my Marines not to do it?
Your other Marines are doing it anyway.
Ms. Reddick, let me hear this.
I'm not my other Marines. I am me.
Let me hear this explanation.
I am me, and I can't be anybody but me. And I'm not going to do it because I know that it is wrong.
I think you're taking the military a little too far. The military is not saying to you, do not hug and kiss your wife. Because if that's the message the military is sending to a man in uniform, then the military has the understanding of marriage all wrong.
The military never said never hug and kiss your wife.
So then what makes you think you couldn't do so because you had on uniform?
I wasn't going to go out and do all kind of other weird stuff in uniform, Your Honor.
Weird stuff.
Weird stuff. Kissing and hugging me is weird stuff.
That's weird.
Weird.
Me.
Oh, I think you've just taken your little...
Too far. Too far.
Do you hug and kiss your wife in uniform?
On occasion.
And what would you do if somebody tell you don't hug and kiss your wife and you've been gone for 6 months and you see your wife?
Didn't nobody tell him not to do it?
There's going to be a big hug and probably a big kiss with it, Your Honor.
And you just take whatever they had to give you, wouldn't you?
That's about right.
And because you got on a uniform, do you really think the military meant that? Or is that just you carrying it a little too far?
It's
That's
him.
me. That is me, Your Honor. But you know, when I come home...
But that's how my home life was,
when I come home, okay, I go to
Okinawa.
I go to Okinawa the whole month of December. Do I get any mail? No.
I didn't get any mail
so
either.
you were angry with her. That's why you didn't hug and kiss her.
But why should I be so happy and joyous to come home when I very rarely got letters?
Because I'm your wife. I was not even married a year.
Now respond to that. There it is.
We were not even married for a year, Your Honor, when he came back. There is no reason why he should be feeling like that. He knew that I was working.
I didn't get any mail.
You weren't writing
I was working like 60-something hours a week, Your Honor, and taking care of a 1-year-old child.
Now let me get on your case. Working 60 hours a week and taking care of a child.
Yes.
When you at work, didn't you get a lunch break?
I got like 30-minute lunch break.
How long does it take?
It doesn't take that long.
To write a note and say, honey, I'm at work, don't have but 5 minutes. I miss you. I'm thinking about you. The baby's fine.
I was wrong for that. I was wrong for that. I can admit that I was wrong for not writing him.
So then can't you understand when he comes home after 6 months and he's not getting any communication from you?
No.
She's not too happy to see you?
She can't understand it because she always says, I don't see things from her perspective.
Let's be fair, Miss Reddick. You said that he wasn't your friend.
He wasn't my friend.
That the computer was your only friend.
And that's the honest to goodness truth.
Yes, it was.
And I would always
is that why you couldn't contact your husband because you were on the computer?
No, that was way after Okinawa. That was way after he came back.
So when he came back...
This was after the fat issue and all of that other stuff.
Then you turned to the computer.
Yes.
Getting online was so much fun.
He would be gone.
Just sitting there vegetating behind a computer.
Listen, he would be gone from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night. That was the only type of adult anything that I had.
What did the computer offer you?
No.
I had people to talk to. I had people to talk to.
Adult entertainment line?
No.
I learned something about those.
No, Your Honor, that's him.
She couldn't go.
I had friends online that I would talk to about my problems, and I still talk to them. For the past 3 years, I've been talking to the same people.
So there were no other live human beings that you could talk to?
Not that he approved of. No, Your Honor.
She never tried to get out, Your Honor. She was
Your Honor.
Being behind the computer was more fun than going outside, getting fresh air.
Okay, I went out and I got fresh air. I wasn't on the computer 24/7. Because it's not like we had raggedy neighbors.
I don't understand. How did the computer offer you more than a live person being in the Marine?
There were no live people around there.
Were you living in the backwoods somewhere?
No.
So why are you telling me there were no people around?
Because everybody worked and I was at home all day.
Oh, you were the only one at home during the day. So that's why you were on the computer.
Yes, Your Honor.
But now, she's on the computer all the time, and that's her best friend. But the court papers say you want it. If she's the one who uses the computer all the time, and she's on it so much, why would you want it?
He needs to take his money and go buy his own computer. I bought that computer.
English class.
And you want it because?
Because I worked 9 long months, and I paid for that computer. I worked 9 months, had a baby, got paid for it, and bought a computer out of some of the money that I got.
The surrogacy.
Yes, Your Honor. I think I deserve that computer. I worked very hard for it.
Why you can't just buy a second computer?
Why don't he just, exactly, why you got to take my computer?
The court papers say you bought the computer on a credit card.
Yes.
What I did, Your Honor, is stupid me.
Put a credit card in my name.
Let me finish.
In my name.
Let her explain it.
I took $2,500, and he got a secured Visa thing saying they'll give us double what we put on our deposit. So I let him open up a Visa account, and we charged the computer on that.
I thought you said you bought it with the surrogacy money.
I did, and I took $2,500 out of my surrogacy money and put towards that Visa. And that's why the account was open.
To open up the account?
Yes.
So it's a secured credit card account?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you still have that debt? Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you in school using the computer, or you just use it to chat?
I use it to chat. I use it to type different things.
Chat.
Okay, and?
So that's why you wanted to keep her from chatting?
So now you want to lie to the judge.
Yes.
You want to lie to the judge.
I didn't say, Your Honor, did I say that I don't chat?
But now I say you just chatting. Now you just chatting. You're like,
So what?
That's all you do is chat.
So what?
Let me go to chambers.
When divorce court returns, the judge renders her verdict. And an update on the case of Susan Cordova versus Jaime Vargas.
I love women.
You love women?
I love women. By the way, you look very beautiful. You look very beautiful.
Divorce Court will be back in session in a moment. Divorce Court is back and the verdict is in the case of Rhonda Reddick versus Patrick Reddick.
Back in the matter of Patrick Reddick versus Rhonda Reddick, the court is of the opinion that this computer is really being asked for by both of you as a way to punish each other. But one of you has to have it. It is the order of the court that the computer is awarded to the wife. It was her body that was used for the surrogacy. You didn't contribute to that at all. The balance of the Visa credit card debt then should be divided equally. It's $6,000?
Yes,
if that's the case too, Your Honor, then all the other bills need to be split down the middle, and they weren't.
Okay, I got a $1,200 DPP.
Did I say I was reopening this case? The only debt you brought up to me, and I gave you a lot of time to discuss this case, was a secured Visa credit card. Any other debts you have to deal with on your own. That's the order of the court.
All rise.
When divorce court returns, an update on the case of Susan Cordova versus Jaime Vargas.
Yeah, I was married, but the situation was that when you fall in love with somebody, okay, you're going to do whatever you can.
Excuse me, when you're in love with somebody, you tell the truth.
Closed captioning for divorce court provided by. If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. And now for an update on a previous case in divorce court. When Susan fell in love with Jaime, he didn't tell her that he was already married to another woman. He ended that marriage and made Susan his new wife, but Jaime had trouble loving only one woman.
I love women.
You love women?
I love women. But when I saw her for the first time, that's when I really fell in love with her.
But that's when you knew what love really was, when you saw her.
By the way, you look very beautiful. You look very beautiful. No, let me tell you. Now you know what that will get you. Out of here. Yeah, I was married, but the situation was that when you fall in love with somebody, okay, you're going to do whatever you can.
Excuse me, when you're in love with somebody, you tell the truth.
Susan wanted Jaime to repay several $1,000s worth of credit card debt to her mother. The judge agreed with Susan and ordered Jaime to pay her mother.
Then I'm going to order that Mr. Vargas pay another $1,000 toward the credit card obligation.
A few weeks after their court appearance, Susan reported that Jaime is back to his old tricks, trying to sweet-talk her into another chance. But Susan said that she can't imagine being able to completely trust him ever again.
I don't think it would have been as many problems in a marriage if it weren't for the computer. You know, the computer seemed to be her only source of whatever.
Probably never get married again.
I definitely think she should have behaved a little differently. You know, she took it as very, very lightly. She just didn't seem as though she was ready for marriage.
Right now, I can't stand Patrick.